Another thing I want to check with you is, so you are currently the understudy for the role of Princess Jasmine. And this is a role that's really popular, often in the media. The principal who gets to play it is often in the limelight. I want to touch upon some of the challenges of being an understudy.
Yes.
Do you find it hard to watch the principal perform the role in a certain way, show by show, and they have set routines in place, they make certain choices, and probably that sets firmly, maybe on a subconscious level. And then when you get to perform it, is it hard for you to break those habits and make that role your own? Is that a challenge, or is the challenge complete opposite where you maybe face the pressure of deviating from what's so popular and been accepted so far and doing your own thing and making Jasmine your own? Which one is it?
I always like to make it my own to a certain extent, because my truth is different to someone else's truth. And the way people say certain lines is truly based on themselves. And there's like, I am different to Sonia, who plays Jasmine at the moment. And she's a beautiful Jasmine, but we're different people. So we're going to have different experiences and different interpretations of words. But there is also a blueprint for what Jasmine is like, and that is set by the original Jasmine, who's Courtney Reed. So it's kind of, I don't know how else to explain it, but it's like a blueprint, and you can stray only so much within that blueprint. There are certain lines that you're like, oh, I can interpret it this way. But at the end of the day, there is a overall trajectory of what Jasmine should be. So in that sense, I don't have creative freedom, but there are moments in the show where I'm like, I know that I think this line can be funnier said this way, or this may feel a bit more personal to me if I say it this way. And I will just, at this point in my career, I will do it how I want it. And if that's not correct or within the realm of Aladdin, then I'll get a note from the director, and they'll be like, maybe pull that back, or they'll be like, that's great, And then you also have to not take that personally, because you have to have kind of a blind faith and trust within the director that they know what's best for the show,
Do you feel the pressure of making that choice? Of deviating away from what's
not anymore. I think when I
Okay.
first understudied for Jasmine, because I was fresh out of college and I just wanted to be good and I wanted to impress and and show that I'm here for a reason, and that they picked the right person to understudy.
Don't know who's here. Now they know.
Now they know.
Yeah.
But now that, like I said, earlier, that you trust yourself a bit more, and you know what you bring to the table. So now I'm very comfortable with kind of making it my own a little bit more, for sure.
Have you found your Princess Jasmine yet? Do you think it's still work in progress? Do you see your Jasmine evolve show by show? Or do you get the feeling that you've now settled into what it is and probably it might change very slightly?
I think I have a general idea of who Jasmine is, but it's morphed over time, for sure, compared to my very first time I went on for Jasmine to now. And that's because I've changed as a woman and as a human being, and all my life experience in the past 5 years.
How has it changed since the beginning?
I think before I played her more naively, and in wonderment, she's excited to be in the marketplace for the first time, and that is correct. And there is an element of that, but because I'm also a bit more weathered as a woman now.
More wisdom.
Yes, more wisdom. And they always tell us that Jasmine is one of the wisest princesses out of them all. Because, she even says, what's wrong with a woman running the kingdom? Like, we don't need that. Like, why can't I marry for love? Like, from an early age, she knew that that's what she wanted. And that's wisdom in itself. So, yes, I think I lean more into that wisdom as well. And I'm also naturally a very cheeky person. Like, I love being silly and goofy. And I think I bring that element to her a little bit. So I feel like that's how she's changed over time.
Very interesting. So
yes.
the stage that you are in your own life ends up giving depth.
Life reflects art, my friend.